Good nation, what's good family? Welcome in to another exciting episode of They Follow from Burners. My bad. Another episode of the Ragu show. Formerly They Follow from Burners. They still follow from Burners though. It's on the They Follow from Burners network. Hey, please like, share, subscribe, comment on the show. Audio only show on Apple or wherever you get your podcast. Please download the show. We appreciate you over there on that platform as well. Any platform that you check us out on, we appreciate it. Please let me not forget our sponsor, Shebang, at shebangboutique.com, SHEE-BANG-boutique.com. Go over there and get your girl something fly. And please, likes, get the likes up. All right, so last time I hollered, like right after the show, we signed Geno. So that's where we at right now. This is the first day of free agents tampering period, the legal tampering period where people can agree with teams to contract terms and whatnot. So today opens it up. The Raiders signed or I should say traded for Geno Smith. They traded that third round pick that essentially they got for Davante Adams from the Jets. They traded that pick for Geno. So we traded Davante Adams for Geno Smith. Even though it was delayed, that's what happened. I don't know how you guys feel about that. That's what we did. Traded Geno. We traded Davante, the wide receiver, for Geno Smith, quarterback. What else happened? We re-signed Adam Butler as well, the D tackle, number 69, Adam Butler. Gave him a few dollars. Don't have the details in front of me, but did give him a raise. It was a 2-year deal. Adam was good last year for the Raiders, man. So I'm glad they re-signed him. He's going to be a key piece inside on the defensive line. Still haven't heard about Big Jenkins or anybody else they plan to sign. They haven't re-signed Kuntz as of yet. They haven't re-signed Chason as of yet. Max got paid too. That was the other thing that happened. Yeah, all right, that's what it was. Max got a big contract. He had became briefly the highest paid player, non-QB, in the history of the National Football League until yesterday when Myles Garrett signed his deal. Now he's that. And let me be the first to say, rightfully so. Max set the market. They're both relatively young. When I say both, I say him and Myles. Myles is under 30, Max under 30. These guys would do big deals. So Max got the big money from the Raiders, and then Cleveland had to follow suit. Oh, yeah, and it's funny how today, the way you negotiate a contract is just ask for a trade. When you want some money, you just ask for a trade because you're going to get the money one way or the other. Either, you're going to make it enough of a hassle for your team that you're on, saying that you're not going to re-sign or whatever and kind of leave them in a lame duck situation to the point where they will sign you or they will trade you. And the team trading for you, all they have to do is give you a new deal because they know you want some money. So you're the team that's trading for the person. You find something that can make you you can live with the compensation wise, pick or whatever it's going to be, player for player, pick for player, and then you say, okay, and we're going to give them a new deal for this. So you do it. It's a 2-part thing. You're going to work out the deal for the guy, and then you work out what you're going to get a team for the guy. Or if you're the team that the guy wants to get traded from, you just pay him. You just say, hey, I know you want to leave Matthew Stafford, Myles Garrett. I know you want to leave, but here's some money. How would that hold you? And then they usually stay. That's usually how it works. DK Metcalf, it would a little bit different. Pittsburgh said, we'll give you some money. And then Pittsburgh traded a pick in the third rounder, second round pick for DK Metcalf to the Steelers. So ask for a trade. And if you are like that, you'll get paid, man, either by the team that you are asking to be traded from or the team that you're going to be traded to. It even happens in basketball. Anyway, that's the new way to do that. So as free agency opened, man, you know, the Raiders have a few needs. I have been doing videos, got on the running backs and the O-line. I really haven't even done anything on defense yet. Running back and O-line. I was listening to Lincoln Kennedy today. Lincoln was like, he don't feel like the running back should be stressed and we can wait till fourth round. And I understand where he's coming from because we thought we had something with Zamir White from the previous year. Under what it was Josh McDaniels. Then it ended up being Bo Hardigree and AP, their rendition of whatever offense that was. And dude was running okay, man, in that offense. He wasn't doing that bad. And then this past season, he just could not get out of his own way, man. You know, our leading rusher had like 300 yards or something. Sincere McCormick came in and only played like 4 games and was the leading rusher for a minute until he got hurt. So we had a couple different guys play well down the stretch. Sincere McCormick was playing good until he got hurt. Till he changed them cleats and got hurt. Yeah, I'm saying that sincere. Madison was doing okay. Zamir never did anything. Of those 3 guys, and we still got Dylan Lowry, the rookie, so you got to yet to even see what he could do all the way, really. All right, so you're definitely going to be keeping him. Zamir White is under contract, so you're going to be keeping him. I don't see anybody giving you anything significant to trade value for you to jump out and trade him for anything, and you already got him under contract, and it's not even a contract where he's making a ton of money. So Zeus or Zamir White and Dylan Lowry should still be on the team for sure. But I'm saying add to that a free agent back, somebody proven, Najee Harris. I've been saying that the whole time. Looking for that to happen today, actually. You know, could happen while I'm doing the show. Somebody like Najee, man. And then, like Link said, okay, since there's so many running backs, remember I counted 13 dudes, and I didn't even write a couple of dudes down. There will be some guys left around the 4th round that's decent, bro. We would have the starter in Najee, and we would have a proven, I don't know what you want to call Zamir White, but he backed up Josh Jacobs for a couple years and was all right at that. So, you know, if we started off with Najee, in theory, and Zeus, Zamir White, backing him up, and then Lowry in the mix, Sincere McCormick in the mix, I guess, too. And then we draft somebody, one of those one of those running backs that I had listed that I feel will still be around. It's like 13 of them. So you get, you know, you're not going to get Judkins. You're not going to get Omarion. You're not going to get Genty, of course, right? You're not going to get Judkins. You're not going to get Henderson, Hampton, Ollie Gordon. You probably won't even get Trevor Etienne or Bashul Tootin. But you might just have action. You might not get Caleb Johnson either. But you may just have action at guys like Dylan Sampson, Jaden Blue, Mullings and Edwards from Michigan, R.J. Harvey, Central Florida, that guy Neal in Kansas. All right. You might have a shot at guys like that. So then you use them as that depth piece in the backfield, and perhaps he might be a star. You never know. So that's the kind of way I would like to go still. Draft one of these running backs, although not as high as some of you guys are thinking. Like we just think people I've been hearing saying Genty and all that. Nah, I don't think so. One of the guys I mentioned and Najee Harris will do. Now, we're going to have to turn our attention to receiver because let's just say we got Geno. Geno's probably most likely going to start. If Shedeur Sanders, Cameron Ward is there at 6, we take them, no brainer. In the event that they are not, and that we can't trade up, and the trade up is going to be too expensive, draft capital wise, it's just not going to make sense. Well, there's a couple other quarterbacks, man, later on that we could probably take. And with that first pick, we can go BPA, right? Best player available. Guys right at the very top of the draft. So we could go with the big corner, Will Johnson. That would solve a need on defense. Guys like Abdul Carter or even Travis Hunter, they will be gone, I'm sure. But, if the board shook out some kind of way, man, where we could get Travis, I would be down to take him. Abdul Carter, the generational talent on the defensive line. They got him comped at Myles Garrett. So shit, man, of course you take him. Everybody can't be gone, right? So Carter, Hunter, Sanders, Ward, Will Johnson, there's one more. Oh, and the receiver, T-Mac, he actually could be right there at 6. That is a bit high, but I think he's the only receiver in the draft like that this year. So let's just say, man, we went with, man, T-Mac, right? Big guy, 6'5", 200-pound guy. Definitely puts pressure on the defense. Most likely, if not next year, but will eventually require a double team or require the defense to rotate towards him, opening up the game for Jacoby Myers on the other side, opening up the game for Brock Bowers underneath, creating alleys and lanes for the run game and the side-to-side, sideline-to-sideline type of deal that Chip Kelly likes to run. We might have to just get the big receiver, man, the big-time wideout, follow the script with the running back situation. You already got a QB. Draft a QB, perhaps. It depends on who it is. I'm not high on Jackson Dart because, one, I don't think he's got that great of an arm. And two, he went to Ole Miss. Anybody that went to Ole Miss, I got a question. The character, kind of, man. That's cool. That's like the KKK, man. I just heard a story where the KKK actually came to the school because somebody complained about the old Dixie songs being played at halftime or whatever. And that is a Confederate flag is the school flag. You know what I'm saying? That they don't even fly the American flag. They fly the Confederate. So anybody went to Ole Miss, I question your character. You might be, had them type of attitudes, man. And I'm cool on that. I'm cool on the catch like that. So, maybe yours, maybe Milrow in later rounds, maybe the dude, I believe his name is Shaw. There's some project or some quarterbacks that are not being talked about that could possibly be picked up later. We already got somebody to start. All right. So we're not as pressed to find that quarterback now in the draft. So now we can loosen that up a little bit and draft some good players. So I'm like, maybe second round, maybe third round, but first round pick, we're gonna go first player, best player available at that time. Any of those top guys that are there, we're taking them. Second round, we could perhaps get the quarterback. Or second round, we go O-line. Or we get the quarterback in the third round and go O-line in the second round. Fourth round, we go ahead and grab the running back that we needed. So we got the receiver, we got a lineman, we got a quarterback, and we got a running back out of the draft. All right, and then when we get to the later rounds, that's when you try to go and pick, some diamonds in the rough. Try to get lucky as you were, because much past the, once you get out of the top 100, which the fourth round, you're out of the top 100. So you're kind of getting lucky right there. That's the last pick, I would say, where you can get a decent starter. You can get somebody to start. Most of the time they don't start, but you can, if you're good enough, you can find somebody to start up into the fourth round. Other than that, those guys are depth, special teams, and projects after the fourth. That's my opinion of the draft. Now, we can get all those positions nailed. That just leaves linebacker as a position of need, and we would need to dip into that free agent pool and find us a good off-ball linebacker. I don't know if they're going to re-sign Divine Diablo. I don't know. I don't think they are. They didn't tender an offer to my man Masterson. They got them young dudes, Gainer, Eichenberg. Those are the dudes that's on the, under contract. Eichenberg, who shows some promise, but is definitely not ready to be relied upon as the full-time starter. They have not re-signed Spillane. I'm thinking grab a free agent linebacker and re-sign Spillane. When I was looking at the free agent pool of linebackers, it wasn't cool because Bobby Wagner, a guy that, in my opinion, is a Hall of Fame guy. Matter of fact, it's not even my opinion. The dude is going to Hall of Fame. He was available, and then he played with Pete Carroll before. So I thought we had action at that. But he went on and re-signed in Washington, and I feel him on that too, because they got something special in Washington. So I would have probably re-signed in Washington as well. They just went to the NFC Championship, although they were blown out. But they still went there. They got unfinished business, in their opinion, I would think. So I'm looking at this list of free agents. Nick Bolton would have been cool. He got the Chiefs re-signed him. That would have been a double whammy. We'd have weakened the Chiefs and got better. But they re-signed him. Zach Bond, the sensation from last year, who hadn't really made any noise, was playing for New Orleans, I believe. Went over to Philly, started, became all-pro, even had some defensive player of the year nomination, or even votes, if I'm not mistaken. And then he just got re-upped to a 3-year, $51 million for him. It's good for him, man. So another, looks like on offense, the Raiders were in, I'm going to say they were in discussions, but people were placing their name alongside Chris Godwin as a possible free agent signing. Well, looks like right here, Chris Godwin went back to Tampa Bay, 3 years, $66 million. So that's not going to happen. Sticking with the linebackers, man, it's getting thin, right? Everybody signing their linebackers back. Everybody signing their linebackers back, man. So the free agent linebacker pool is looking pretty weak. And it looks like New England has taken Robert Spillane away from the Raiders and signed him to a 3-year, $37 million contract himself. So we don't even have Spillane now. What the heck are we doing? What the heck are we going to do on defense at linebacker? This is crazy. I don't know what their thoughts are, but right now we don't have a middle linebacker. Got guys like Levante David still out there. Our guy Divine Diablo still out there. But Levante David is 35 years old. Divine Diablo is only 26. But in my opinion, not a great player. But I will say Divine did play a lot better when he came back from injury last year. And Divine does a decent job covering running backs out the backfield, probably because he used to play safety in college. But right now, we got no linebacker. So if, I don't know what their plans are at backer. I'm looking at Bobby Wagner. His situation, right? His designation has not changed. So I heard he was going to sign with Washington, but perhaps he has not quite inked the deal yet. So maybe the ship hasn't sailed on Wagner, and that would be cool. We go back with Wagner and these youngsters. I could live with that. I could get on board with that. The Raiders still haven't moved on Hobbs or Trayvon Moehrig either, for that matter, just for, to let you guys know what's going on with the free agents from the Raiders. There's nothing from Kuntz, nothing from Hobbs, nothing from Moehrig, but they let Robert Spillane get out the door for $37 million, man, to the Patriots. I'm looking at it, man. So that's crazy right now. That's where they're at. Raiders haven't made any free agent move except for the Geno Smith. That wasn't even a free agent move. That was a trade. So that's a little bit of a downer to hear about the fact that Spillane got out the door, man. Hopefully they have a plan. Hopefully they got somebody else in mind, because they're going to need somebody. And the draft, the way the draft is going to shake out, we have other needs. We got to get that threat on offense, and we got to take care of the line on offense. So, and then we could go with a shutdown corner on defense. So in those first few rounds, although linebacker is a heck of an important position in the National Football League, corner, receiver, even quarterback, if you're talking future QB, right? All of that's a little bit more important than that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired of not being able to get short yardage situations, convert first downs. We out there going for quarterback sneaks with 2 yards in the middle of the field because they don't trust to hand the ball off because they know they're going to get penetration in there because the guards were so weak. Pause. We need some strength in the interior offensive line. We must have that. We cannot go back out there with that same look. I ain't even going to talk about dudes like that, bro. That same look that we had before. We need some stronger, more powerful dudes. So if that means one of the cats, Jordan Meredith, Kappa, got to get stronger. We got to move Mumford or somebody down inside. We still need another lineman to complete this O-line. It's got to be the Gray Zabel. It's got to be somebody good, man. The guy I just did the video on, Jonah from the U of A, or Gray Zabel, man. So Gray Zabel, second round. I would say Jonah, third round. Perhaps fourth on Jonah if you could see. That's a risk, though. Now we slip Jonah down to fourth. Now we can get a third round running back. right? A little bit better up that list, who I said. So more explosive player. Get wide receiver, a guard, a running back, perhaps QB and BPA, right? So that's where we at, guys. Raiders let Spillane go. Raiders have Geno Smith as quarterback. Raiders still hold the 6th pick. And as of today, March 10th, actually March 11th, right? No, my bad. Monday, March 10th. That's where the Raiders stand. We got really no starting middle linebacker. Geno Smith as the quarterback. Haven't moved on Moehrig or Hobbs. Not sure the situation on that. I don't think either one of them are coming back, but we will see. Everybody talks about how Hobbs is a good player and all that, and sometimes, man, he does make good plays. But I've seen very stock wide receivers. So why, non-big time wide receivers at all, guys that are not putting up heck of a number in the league, run routes on him, man, and get open very easy, man. So I know you guys like Hobbs, and I like him too, and he does make plays sometimes, but he doesn't make a lot of plays too, and he I don't know, man. I can take or leave Hobbs. That's how I feel. And no disrespect to the young fella, because I think he's a cool dude and all that. But the way some of you guys think of him, I don't think of him like that. I would be more upset at losing Trayvon Moehrig than I would Hobbs. I don't know who else feels like that. Maybe you guys can comment on this. I would be more upset at losing Moehrig than Hobbs, and especially if they lowball Moehrig, and they could have gave him some money and had him stay. I know some people, bring up the fact of the lack of turnovers from Moehrig, but Moehrig wasn't really playing center field. He was playing a lot of box safety, right? And we re-signed IPM. So I feel like bring the two safeties back, man, and then perhaps get the big time corner. And then we'll find a slot corner, man. Maybe Jacorian goes to the slot. We'll see. Maybe you put the big guy down there, Decam, at the slot. Or maybe you draft the corner, put him at the slot. We need 3 corners, right? We let Hobbs go. We're going to have to draft one, I would think. Free agent corners aren't looking too good. Oh, matter of fact, I was looking at Carlton Davis, and then no sooner than I do the show, he's already re-signed with the team he was on. Carlton Davis. No. Looking, I'm just getting some right now that Trayvon Moehrig is getting signed by the Panthers. So now they didn't let Trayvon Moehrig go, looks like. And I just said I would be a little more upset than losing Hobbs from losing Moehrig. And it looks like we're finna lose Moehrig, just like that. Just like that. Moehrig is gone. That's how it is when you're doing the free agent show in real time. Moehrig, 3 years, $51 million. So he did get that Tate / Derwin James type money, but just not with the Raiders. Remember, I said that to the contributor. Well, he was just a commenter. Whoever you are, if you're watching, he got that money. He got that contract. It just wasn't from the Raiders. But I told you where the market was for him, because I know it's people. But anyway, Moehrig is now gone. So The Raiders are reshaping their defense, obviously, with guys gone. Spillane and Moehrig are not on the team. Kuntz still to be determined. They locked up Adam Butler. So you know they're consciously letting these guys go. It's not that another team is swooping in and making some heck of offers on guys. They just letting these dudes go, man. They letting these dudes walk. They let Moehrig walk. They let Spillane walk, man. So what, that's interesting. I'll see what they're gonna do. I'm sure by the time I end the show, something else crazy is gonna happen. But I ain't gonna hold you, man. That's where I'm at with it. We got Moehrig is gone, Spillane is gone. Re-signed Max, made him a happy camper. Re-signed Adam Butler. Nothing on Hobbs yet. And that's where we at, man. I'll talk to you guys soon, right? It's cracking right now. So we might have to do an emergency show in the middle of the week or something right now. But as for right now, that's all I got for you. You know what I always say, man. Just win, baby, and peace.